In this video, I will discuss how the Manchester Town Hall shows the development of how the Gothic style was implemented in Britain, in contrast to Pugin's original idea about Christian architecture as opposed to industrialization. Augustus Pugin saw the Gothic style as belonging to Christian architecture, such as churches. He viewed the Gothic style as a return to morality, in contrast to the immorality of the Industrial Revolution. You can see this illustrated in the image on the right, where Pugin is comparing two cityscapes, one referencing church steeples and the other displaying factory smokestacks. Originally, the Gothic style only belonged to these religious structures because they had elements that drew you closer to Christian worship. But Britain wanted to take it a step farther and started to incorporate the style into more of their civic buildings, such as the Houses of Parliament and town halls. They thought that if they did this, it would strengthen themselves as a Christian nation. This Gothic architecture would strengthen the tie between Christian architecture and English architecture. The Palace of Westminster, also known as the Parliament Building, located in London, England, was built in 1876 by Charles Barry. The building had to be reconstructed after a devastating fire had ravaged the building down to its foundation. All of this was within the Gothic Revival time period, where people like Alfred Waterhouse were designing in the Gothic, Victorian, and medieval styles. The Palace of Westminster served as a precedent for bringing the Gothic style to more than just church architecture. Before this, public buildings were commonly in the neoclassical style, as it was a tradition throughout Europe. In the images below, you can see how the palace incorporated some of the Gothic style elements on its exterior. The Manchester Town Hall, as seen here, was built in 1877 in Manchester, England. The reason Manchester needed a new town hall was because the old structure was not serving the town to its fullest capacity. The need for a new town hall led to a design competition to see what the future of Manchester would look like. The new design required a larger, grander structure that would stand out within Britain. Due to the shape of the site, a neoclassical building was not an option for this structure. So it was decided to go with a Gothic aesthetic for the building. Alfred Waterhouse won the competition in 1868 for the new town hall. Although his facade came in fourth place, his design achieved the best functional layout for the town hall, which is ultimately what led the committee to picking his design. In the image in the lower right, we can see an early study that Waterhouse did for the design competition, displaying the facade that he had come up with. Waterhouse's design featured more natural light, ventilation, circulation, and other inventive solutions to the problem that the project had. Waterhouse's plan emphasized the triangular form of the site by placing three grand stairways within the structure, forming a triangle. Within the image in the bottom left, we can see his plan and difficult site that Waterhouse had to deal with when approaching his design. The stairs also helped frame the circulation through the building. These stairs had exceptionally tall windows that drew the eye up through the space, giving it a loftier feeling. As seen in the image in the middle of the left-hand side, these stairs are open to the floor above and make use of tall, slender elements, as well as abundant light too. These elements enhance the grandness you experience when walking through the space. Lastly, the Great Hall, seen in the upper right corner, sometimes addressed as the Shrine to Manchester, depicts artwork done by Ford Madox Brown, which illustrates significant events that happened in Manchester. These works, along with many other elements within the building, are why the Manchester Town Hall is such a successful structure even today.